the Interchange Corden, episode 5 here today. We have got quite arguably the biggest show ever on today. We've got a massive guest, AFL YouTube sensation, Drewzy. D's, he's putting the D's jersey up. I don't know what to say about that. The Saints D's. It's a big week in footy, and it's going to be a big show on today. So without further ado, I think we get straight into the round review and kick off this massive episode we have installed for you today. H?
I'm going to get straight into the round review here. First game of last week, of course, we've got 1.5 weeks here because it's a football frenzy at the moment. We'll start off with Essendon Hawthorn, my team. What a game that was. 36-point comeback. We dominated all game. We just we were letting them have way too many contested marks and were terrible with the ball, handballing too much. But when it all clicked in that second half, it was great stuff and really showed our best football. The second game was Richmond West Coast. Richmond got it done in the end. Unfortunately, Josh Kennedy went down early. Really was a kick in the guts for West Coast. And Richmond played well, not letting West Coast play their own game. Ended up getting up by 27 points. The next game of the round was, of course, Dogs Cats. Another 36-point comeback after the first quarter where Dogs dominated. They ended up getting up by 11 points, the Cats. They really dominated all game, the Cats. Their forwards dominated. Brian Myers, Gary Rowan and Tom Hawkins did what good teams do, win games when they're not playing too well. So they're looking great for finals. And, of course, the last game, Port Adelaide versus Sydney. Port just got it done. Keep that first place on the ladder. Dixon kicked 4, back in good form after having a few not great weeks, but showed his class.
Yeah, and a brilliant game.
To you, Jesse.
Yeah. And then straight into Giants Freo. This game looks like it might have hopefully kickstarted the Giants season again. They got up by about 40 points in the end. Their midfield finally was doing what they used to do back when they were in ripping form. Just breaking the lines with that handball game, getting it down, giving their forwards a chance. Riccardi and Jezza Cameron, the two keys, kicked four apiece, looked large. And young Bobby Hill also kicked 2 snags. And they're starting to shape up again. Let's just hope they can back it up in the next few weeks. You know, obviously not make the 8. We want the Ds to make the 8, but it's good to see them playing good footy. Next was the big game for the round for a lot of the blokes in my friendship group, Saints and Ds,
Analysts.
down at Alice. It was a interesting game. Melbourne decided to turn it into an absolute just low-scoring affair by clogging the corridor, but that's all right. Demons got up by 3 points in the end. It was close all game. And some bit of controversy with the Petrarca goal. You know, a lot of salty Saints fans, but in the end, the 4-point stand and to happy Demons camp.
Yeah, the Saints.
Last game for my little stint here is the Pies and Carlton. This was another great game. The first half was unbelievable. Carlton they were up by 10 at halftime. Should have been up by more, but that's all right. And then Collingwood absolutely just took control of the game. Their class outshone Carlton's, but not the best signs for Carlton. It was a bit disappointing, but Collingwood would have been happy with the win. So yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right there. And to conclude that round of footy, we had the Suns and the Kangas, and I got to say, not many people around the nation would have tuned into this one. So we'll move right along. Hawthorn versus Adelaide. That has to be the game, the featured game of this segment. The Crows getting up for the first time of the year. You got to get around them.
#Crom.
Burying the Hawks. The Hawks, their season's all but over. And if I was Clark, I would start to think about rebuilding at the moment. Eagles, Dons. Well, there was not much really went on. West Coast took the lead early. Essendon kind of crept back, but it was pretty much just all West Coast. It was a pretty average game, to be honest, though. Not many teams had any defining moments, but West Coast just got the job done, contributing to their top 4 hopes. And then last night's game, the later game, was Richmond versus Freo, and I watched most of this game, and this game was it was a train wreck, to be honest, because both teams, it was about 27-22 at halftime, and that is just a sign of a bad game of footy. Fremantle playing very defensively and Richmond also playing very defensively. Tom Lynch and Jack Revolt did a bit for Richmond up forward, and towards the end of the game, Richmond just kicked ahead, winning by about 5 goals. So that concludes our round and a half of footy this week, with a number of teams having a bye this week.
I'll lead us off into the round highlights now. I've got a bit of an interesting one this week. I've gone for Danaher sitting on the fence. Is that not the most iconic photo in footy this season? Danaher with a clueless face sitting on the fence when Tipper took a mark.
Yeah,
brings back to a bit of local footy. Media getting into him a bit, but it doesn't matter because Tipper's slaughtered it, so it doesn't really matter.
Absolute faith in Tipper. Good to see.
Yeah, it was very good to see. Next highlight, I've gone for young Jake Riccardi. He's one of my favourite players at the Giants already, and in his last 2 games, which are also his only 2 games at AFL, he's kicked a total of 6 goals and 19 marks.
Yes.
Now, that is very good stats for a tall forward. And he was overlooked in 2 drafts, I think. And while obviously he was a bit of a late bloomer, I read in an article, it just thinks a lot of teams down at Victoria would have loved to have a Jake Riccardi. And instead, Giants, who are already flourishing with the tall forward stocks, have just got another one. And not only was he looking good, but he also took a great pack mark, which is just a show of dominance from a tall forward. So really good signs there.
To see a tall forward perform at that level that early in his career is very, very promising. And my highlight for the week, it isn't really a highlight, it's more of a low light. I was that disappointed about the Saints and Deeds result. My iPhone actually copped a bit of a beating, and I'll install some imagery in the into the show at the moment. But I just cleaned up the phone. It was just a rough night for any St Kilda fan. Making finals a lot more difficult after losing to that game. We should beat Hawthorn on the weekend, but beating one of West Coast and GWS may serve as quite the challenging task. So not many highlights for me this week, just a low light, and I'm rocking the old iPhone 6 Plus. So that's on me, unfortunately. So, yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on now to the big segment this week. We're skipping Poor Form Tribunal this week, and we're going straight into the guest. This week's guest, AFL YouTuber Drewzy. Let's get him in here.
Yeah, the West Australian stud. Luckily, he's lucky enough to actually attend games, and in he comes now. Drewzy, welcome to the show, mate.
I'm here. Hello.
We'll get straight in. And we're going to start off with a bit of Freo talk, of course, a big Freo supporter. How's it been this season supporting Freo? Obviously, not a great performance last night after a promising first 3 quarters. How are you feeling back home?
Yeah, no, I think it's been a good season, to be fair. Like, we've got a lot of young players, and like lots of our key defenders are out. So lots of players have had to step up, and it's promising. First year under JL, so it's good. Good new signs after being under Ross Lane for so long, which is pretty depressing. But I'm optimistic, so it's good to see. Happy.
Guys like Luke Ryan and stuff really having to step up. Probably all Australian this year. With Freo as well, we're gonna have to talk about it. Freo Carlton, you're at the game, of course. Talk us through what happened there.
Oh, that was a shit of a night. I was gutted because no one really knew what was going on with the free kicks. I sort of gathered it was downfield, but I didn't know it was going to be right in the bottom. I looked at the goal umpire. That's what I usually do when like a set shot's happening, just to see, have a gauge of whether it's going through or not. And he just stands in the middle of the goal, straight over his hat, and my heart sunk. I was gutted. I was in the away end as well, and there's so many Carlton fans in WA. They were going ballistic. The stadium was rocking, and I was just heartbroken.
No, you wouldn't kick that. You'd miss that 9 out of 10 times, so you're pretty unlucky there.
Yeah, he does have a leg on him, old Jackie boy, though, to be fair. But I don't mind Carlton, so as long as it's not like West Coast, but it was heartbreaking nonetheless.
Yeah.
Anyway, with another hated club, I'll lead Plunkett in to talk about this one.
Oh, yeah, after seeing some of your videos, you seem to have something against the Saints.
Yeah.
And I myself am actually a Saints fan. So you care to explain yourself before I make the trip over to Nullarbor and have to have a bit of a word with you?
You're always up for a word with me, young son. I don't mind it. Nah. Basically, I don't actually hate St Kilda. There was just a game last year, and there was these two absolute rascals in front of me. And every time they were kicking goals, they were turning around and giving it to the Freo fans. And that was a close game, and we just edged you out. I think we won by like 5 points or something like that. Yeah. And yeah, I was just taking the mick out of them. And then there were so many salty St Kilda fans in the comments, so I just ran with it as a joke. Really, I don't actually hate the Saints.
No, I'll give you that. Our fans can be. I even get annoyed by a lot of our fans. They're so two-way. One week they could be up and about, and the next week they'll be saying season over. So you've got a point there.
Yeah, and I got a couple comments saying like, "You haven't won a flag. You haven't won a flag." But Freo have been in the league for what, like 27, 28 years? No, not even that. Something like that. How long have St Kilda been? So, it is what it is. All fun and games.
Now the next segment. Here in Victoria, COVID's obviously, been an absolute cuck for us. We've been stuffed up pretty hard. So we're just wanting to know, what's the COVID life like in the sweet sunny WA? Because
there's nothing really going on with COVID these days, lads. Fortunately for us, it's back to normal. I'm back to uni. Shops are popping, like going out to Perth's just pretty much normal. I think there is some capacities on some places, but I don't have to think about it really. It's happy days, back to the gym, back to normal life really. I didn't mind the little self-isolation period we had for about a month because I got to get some things done, but I think if I was in there for more than a couple of months, I'd be absolutely losing my marbles. So it's good to be back to normal life, but hopefully the borders can open up soon and I can come over and see some boys in Victoria.
That'd be good.
That'd be ideal. So then that asks the question to why the Optus Stadium wasn't more seriously considered as a grand final candidate. I know there's a lot of cranky WA people, and I just want to hear your opinion.
Old mate Premier was not having it.
Old Marky McGowan. I think it was just being a bit stinged with the border. Hey, he didn't want to let any like interstate citizens in to watch it. And like, it would have been the best place to have it, I think. But if you're not going to let like people from other states come in to watch it, there's not really much point in having it here. Like if Brisbane are happy to open up the borders and have it over there, that's cool. Plus, like Brisbane, I like Brisbane. It's a nice place, and I'm happy for it to be in Brisbane. But if it was at Optus, I think it would have been more of a spectacle because Optus Stadium is honestly one of the best stadiums in the world, and I'm not even exaggerating that. Like, it's so nice. It's right next to Perth, like surrounded by a river, and it's just it's a lovely place. But I'm not too salty about it. But it would have been nice to have a grand final in Perth, but it is what it is.
Especially for those Eagles fans, they could have seen a home premiership first time.
Yeah, I know. They probably would have as well, I reckon. But they don't play too well in the dewy conditions in Queensland, so I'm happy for it to be in Queensland. Just they don't get their fifth, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, we'll walk past the footy talk for now, and we'll just focus a bit onto your YouTube career. And we just want to know, YouTuber to YouTuber, how'd you get going as an AFL YouTuber? Because there's a couple coming up in the ranks at the moment.
Yeah, there is a couple. How did I start? I remember it was the first game of the season, and when I started, I was like, it was the first game of last season, and I was like, should I film the game today? Because I see that Caden McDonald geezer doing it from time to time, and it seems to bang views. So I did that, and I made a rant when we lost to Gold Coast, and that popped off a little bit. And then I was like, all right, I can get some views from this, and I just stuck to it really. But I just wanted to get into sports media, so I just started making videos for like a portfolio.
Yeah.
And the channel grew a little bit, and here we are.
Yeah, you've made to the world-renowned talk show, so you're going places.
Now, I wanted to ask, now as a watcher of the AFL YouTube community, I'd say that you're one of the big fish, along with maybe the Kados and the Cookos. of Australia.
That?
And I'd just like to say, well, what do you enjoy when you film videos with those blokes and collab with them?
Yeah, no, it's great fun. I filmed a video with Caden yesterday, actually. And it's always a great laugh. Caden's elite because he's been doing it for like 5-6 years, so he knows what he's doing. And it's good to bounce off them and see what they do right and take advice from them. Like me and Caden are always back and forth. Cookson's on a bit of a hiatus, but when he gets the ball rolling, we're always making videos together, and it's good fun. And like True Footy as well, he's a great bloke to make videos with. It's just good to learn off them, but more than anything, just being mates with guys that are like-minded and have the same banter. And it's just good to make a group of mates through the internet. Like I've only met Caden once, Cookson twice. But yeah, that's the best thing for me, just meeting new people, really.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, a few young blokes coming up as well, like Cardman and Mitchy Ryan and stuff. So
And
a little
those blokes are gold.
AFL YouTuber House coming soon? Question mark.
Yeah,
I'd love to see it.
I'd love to see
One
this
day,
channel.
one day.
Love to see this channel evolve into something like that. So hopefully,
Yeah, no, that'd be the dream, like a little AFL side then. There were talks at one point, but it's just too hard to get like lots of us together to make those sort of videos.
Especially at this time of the year.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I've spoke to Caden before about it, and Cookson, like hypothetically, one day like making videos together in Melbourne, maybe. So maybe down the track, but yeah, we'll see.
Who knows?
yeah, nah, the world's your oyster.
Obviously doing a lot of AFL content, match day vlogs, just normal vlogs and different like tier makers and stuff. Where do you go from here? Coming into summer soon. What are your plans?
Not a lot. No, I don't know. It's tough. I'll keep the vlogs going. But really, I just make videos on whims. Like some days I'll have 20 video ideas pop into my head, and other days I have nothing. So, it's gonna be tough over summer. Last year I did like a fitness challenge and did a bit of footy golf, but I'm gonna have to get creative this summer. I've got a couple ideas that I don't want to reveal because they'll probably get stolen by some little rat. But yeah, tough come summertime for sure.
You could get around the cricket because the Perth will probably have decent crowds at the cricket if you're into it at all. I'm not sure if you're into the cricket much.
Yeah, I'd rather shit my hands and clap than watch cricket, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, it's all right.
No.
We'll move on. We're just going to do some random to finish it off our segment with you. Some random quickfire questions about just life and a few things. We'll start off now. Fast food, KFC or Macca's?
I'll go KFC, Zinger Stacker.
Oh yeah,
that's the way to go. Get around him. For our footy, Optus or Subi?
Oh, Tuffy. Oh, why have you done this to me? I'll go Optus. But that hurts.
Subi's got a bit more heritage for you.
Yeah, Subi has a bit more history, a bit more like character. But no,
I won a few more games there as well.
Yeah, no, good memories from Subi.
BT or Bruce?
I can't stand BT. I cannot stand.
He's getting annoying. I'll give you that.
I reckon it's like an age thing. When you get to a certain age, he's just
And without having
the switch flicks, and he's just annoying.
Yeah.
He's good entertainment. He's just not a great commentator.
Yeah, exactly. And as a commentator, you don't want someone that's just taking the absolute mick out of the game. Just like, tell us what's happening. Don't like I suppose it's all right to put your own spin on it, but it almost takes away from the game because he's trying to steal the spotlight. So I'll go Bruce. Exactly right. I'm sorry. Short.
Good call. Channel 7 or Fox Footy?
Oh, God. Well, after last night's game, that was the worst commentary I've ever heard. Kelly Underwood and some other Donny were just butchering Doc's name. So for that Fox Footy, I'm going Channel 7. Have that one.
Yeah. And we'll finish it off with we got to finish it off with a bit of Kados or Kuko. Who are you picking?
Make or
Right, it's
Filming a video.
coming on, lads. Thanks very much for having me. And Young King cooks all day long. No.
Oh, I love it. Oh, well, it's been a pleasure having you on today, Drewzy.
Thanks for having me, lads. It's
We'll have some
it's a
content.
nice little setup you've got going on.
Yeah, we'll stay in
Cheers.
touch. It's you've got a good stuff going on too yourself.
Yeah, easy as.
Alright.
Stay in touch, and we'll see what's going on, and maybe link up one day and make some more
Yeah.
content in the future.
Yeah,
Lovely.
sounds
Thank
great.
you.
Cheers for your time. Oh, what a character he is. To get
Jeez.
how good's that? We can go all the way from here in Victoria to get a Zoom call to old mate Drewzy in Perth, and we're laughing. It was lovely to have him on the show.
Even though he didn't have the suit, he was still just oozing all
Oh,
class.
and you can't expect
Throughout the whole thing.
blokes to be as high class as us.
Yeah.
He lives in Freo, boys. Come on.
Yeah, he goes for free. Lucky he's not on here. Well, that's a pretty good show in my opinion. Hopefully you enjoyed and you thought it was a good show also. Quick shout out to our potential brand ambassadors, Rexona men, Rexona women. If you're a man or a woman, get around the Rexona. Rexona, if you're out there and you're listening to us, you should give us a brand deal because far out, we're promoting your product. So, yeah, Rexona marketing people, get in touch. Make sure to like, comment what you thought, and subscribe. We're pumping out videos on the regular at the moment, so make sure you stick around the channel.
Get ready for some big guests on the show as well. Big names coming in.
Leave you on a cliffhanger. Big
Really
guest
into
next
big
week.
fish. And with that being said, I think we will conclude the show there. So thanks for your time, lads. I'd shake your hand if I was with yous, but unfortunately can't. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching, and catch ya. H, hit him with the signature sign off. There we go. We'll see you in the next one.